Hi dilly ho there, neighbors. Cameron here, Emerson Property Management. Bam. Got my jacket on today. Wait, hold on. Cameron here with Emerson Property Management. Every week I bring you tools, tactics, strategies, lessons I've learned, things that help me build up a sizable rent portfolio in about 2 years, and now manage that portfolio. Today I'm outside. This is at the time of this recording, it's January, so we're getting a little chilly. Got my jacket on here. Walking around a vacant property. We had a tenant move out, and let me see, make sure this dog's not going to attack us. Nope. We got a vacant property here, and just going to show you one of the big things we had happen in February time last year was the hard freeze. So anytime we have a vacant property that we're not going to be in for a few days, or we have a real hard freeze or a pipe burst, we always walk through with the tenants on how to shut off the water. So I'm going to show you real quick how it's done. It's very simple. And I'll tell you, so we describe, well, if you use the move-in condition form provided, it's either by TAR or the Texas Association Realtors. It's a standard form you use. If you give that to the tenants on there, it says that they know where the water shutoff is. Everybody pencil whips that. So once the tenants move in, we walk through the property with them and show them where the water shutoff is. So I'm going to show you that now. The other time is if they call in and there's any sort of leak, a pipe burst, something happens, we tell them go to the water shutoff valve and shut the water off. That is imperative, because a 3/4, half-inch line, inch line that's running wide open for an hour, 2 hours can totally damage a property. Now, usually pipes don't fully just burst, but still, we want to make sure that the first thing a tenant can do and knows how to do is shut off the water. So here, I'm standing at this property. Now, when you go to the front, let me go to the front first, and I'll kind of walk you guys through the system here, just making sure I'm not going to get attacked by a dog. Old friendly neighbor dog. First thing you do when you get up to a property and you're looking for the water shutoff valve is, where is the water coming from? Is it coming from the street side? Meaning you'll see usually a little black box in the ground. But so this is the front of the property. This is an older built home. I don't see any valves or anything on the front. So, we look around the side. If you have a black box, it looks like a little box on the ground. It's like a 1.5 feet. I don't have them here, I'd show you. It's like 1 foot by 2 feet long, little black box, and it's got your water main shut off. It reads your meter. So then you start looking around the house. So we just start walking. We don't see anything on the front. We don't see any valves. Now we see a spigot here on this side that's actually running, but I don't see a valve. It's not coming out of the ground either. So this tells me that this spigot is tied in to the existing plumbing. We want to see something coming out of the ground going into the house. So we'll keep walking here. I don't see anything along this side. I see the breaker boxes over here. So there's your breaker box, your conduit leading up to that, your meter. Don't see that. There's some Wi-Fi. Keep looking along the ground here. And then when you get to the back, you see that. I noticed this. So these are your lines coming into the house. So you'll see them coming out of the ground. So just walk around the house. Sometimes I will tell you that these are in a not very rarely, in some houses they build them into the garage. So you'll see the garage door, and then if you go inside the garage door, like the door that goes up and down, to the left or to the right, there might be an access panel there. So they actually come into the wall and go up. That way, to shut your water off, you don't have to go outside. But most of the time, most of the properties, especially older properties, are going to have something like this. Now, this is a good example because there are two. So we've got one coming out of the ground that's got a valve here to shut off, and another one. We know that this is water. We got a hose here, and then we've got another valve to shut it off. So which one is it? I don't know. I didn't know when I first did this. So what you do is you test it. So you go into the house, you open up your faucets and sinks, and you see if things are still working. If they start petering out, You shut one of these valves, you go inside, you start opening up faucets and sinks. If that water is still running, you know that it's the other one. Then you go, you open this one back up, and then you shut this one and open up a couple different faucets and sinks. And if it peters out and nothing's working, you know that this is your main. So I know that this one's the main from doing this already. So in the interest of time, I'm just going to show you real quick. This is a quarter turn valve. That is off. I've just shut the water off to the whole property. You have water in the lines, so you'll see that. You'll see that if you go in, you'll be able to open them up and you'll see the water start petering out. But the water is effectively shut off for the property. The water stops right here. So this and all the plumbing in the house has water in it until you drain it out. But this is the process that we use. We shut the water off right there. I've opened it back up. So again, if we have a freeze, we know there's going to be cold temperatures, we shut the water off there at the main. If a tenant has an issue with a leak, a pipe burst, something like that, we have the tenants go to that water shut-off valve and shut it off. We provide that information to them in a binder with a picture of it, and we show them that that location upon move-in. So guys, I used to not do that. It was I thought it was stupid, but after the freeze this past February, that has proven that 5 minutes, not even 5 minutes, that 30 seconds to walk over and show them where that is pays all the dividends in the world. And one other note, once you guys shut the water off, there's a kind of a different process we walk through in making sure all the water's drained from the lines and everything. If it's going to be a really hard freeze, all you have to do is just open up a couple of sinks and faucets and shut the water off. That way it clears the lines, allows them to expand. Some people like to do all sorts of different stuff, put heaters on things and whatnot, but just make sure your piping's covered up. Usually you'll see some foam stuff. It looks like styrofoam. They'll cover it. You see people wrap them with towels and blankets. Cover that up, shut it off, open up your stuff inside. You're ready to rock and roll. So I hope that was helpful, guys. If it was, let me know. If it wasn't, let me know. Shut your water off. If you've got a vacant property, it's getting cold, you don't want to walk into that. I'll see y'all next week. Cheers.